was an expulsion of the Jews from the original land of Israel, etc., etc. Since I'm a skeptical historian, and since I know in France someone who is a great specialist of Roman history, I asked her, I said, I never thought about that. I took it for granted that of course, the Jews were expelled. I mean, it doesn't mean that they have a right to go back or a state, all that. But nevertheless, I thought that as a matter of historical fact. And she said, poof, absolutely not. Jews were not, Romans never expelled anybody. They killed people, but they didn't actually bother to actually, put them on a cart, and it's much too expensive. You want to destroy someone, you just execute the whole lot. So of course the Jews were, everybody, she says, knows that. And I said, no, everybody who is a specialist in Roman history knows that.
The fact that the exode, the famous exode of the Jews from Egypt, didn't happen. I remember the first time that I heard it, I was shocked. When I was young, I was leftist. But I believed that the exode, the kingdom of Solomon, of David, it's history. In knowing from the archaeologue that all this is myth, it never was a real kingdom of David and Solomon that covered all the land of Israel. Then I decided to start to attack the questions of Jewish people, the existence of the Jewish people in a modern sense of the word people. It was simple. We cannot, I decide, to call all the cats, cats, all the dogs, dogs, in one cat to call them a dog. Why I'm saying it? Because we apply today the word people easily to a human group that has in common a kind of secular culture, daily practice and all this. Language, food, music, a lot of things. In the case of the Jewish people, we had not 200 years ago a common thing between a Jew from Kiev and a Jew from Marrakesh. In common, there is something very important, but it's religion, with all the practice around. But when we are going farther from the religion practice, we don't find something common between a Jew in Kiev and a Jew in Marrakesh. This was the starting of my work. Examine the Zionist historiography in seeing how it was built, constructed, the idea of a people. And you concluded very, very nicely the way that I worked till arriving to publish this book. By the way, the exile. I was educated. Not in a Jewish school in London. I passed all my years in Israel. The fact that the Jews were expelled from the land of Israel was the basic of my thinking about our collective identity. You understand? It was so deep. I remember the day that I read a little, very short article of somebody that say, no, the exile didn't happen. And I remember running to the library of our university that has a lot of books about the history of Jews. Really. And I was looking for one book, one research book about the act of the exile. And I remember I didn't find any book how the Jews were expelled from Judea, from Palestine. I didn't find even one book. I remember the same day running to a few of colleagues that are occupying with ancient history and asked them, I'm shocked. The exile didn't happen? And they told me, we never wrote that the exile happened. And I said, come out to the corridor, ask all the students. Everybody knows that the Jews were expelled from Judea 2,000 years ago. Yes, but it's not us.